my intro.
Let's start this intro. Hey, what's going on, world? It's your girl, Shy, and welcome back to the CheyTea podcast, baby. We're back in the building. You know, we outside. Been outside. Didn't even go inside. Even when it's cold, I'm still outside. Ooh, bars. Thanks.
She's a rapper.
No round of applause. But we do have friends of the show, castmate, and that is today. Who is she? She is you.
Eleonora.
And Eleonora is in the building. She's here. Friends of the show, castmate. It'll be us today. And if you are on YouTube, you can obviously see this for the last minute and 30 seconds change of me talking. But, you know, we've got Miss... Oh, I almost said the thing I wasn't supposed to say.
Yeah.
Miss Toya Bedeau!
What's up, everybody?
All your headphone users, sorry for Shy and yelling.
Woo, we're going to put the round of applause here. Yay! Sparkle. I'm so happy. We are so happy to have you here. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, girl. Just want you to know you've been on the list, okay? You're at the top tier in the book. You're here, you know? So I'm so happy we actually made this happen. It was long overdue, but... Because, you know, booked and busy, you know.
Outside.
She's a mom, she's a choreographer, she's an artistic director, she's a this, she's a that, and this and that with this and that. You see that? That's like 12 different hats.
I can't.
But before we get started, please make sure that you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Subscribe, hit that bell button so that you are notified every single time we drop a new episode, every time we drop some content. Make sure you are tuning in. And on Instagram and TikTok, feel free to follow us, CheyTea Podcast. We are there. We are outside. We are posting. So make sure you give us a little thumbs up. You follow us because we're trying to get to 500. We're really close to 500 followers. So please make sure you're following us. And if you're listening to us, Apple Podcasts and on Spotify, make sure you're following Apple Podcasts. You know, just do us a little favor, 5-star review. I write a little comment saying how cute we are. And then we're bam. You know what I'm saying? Got all the promo. Did we get the promo?
No, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on the YouTubes if you're watching. Okay. Thank you. Greatly appreciated. And interact with us in those comments, please.
You know what I'm saying?
And, you know?
Like this episode because we got Miss Bedeau in the building.
Yeah, you already should like it from jump anyways.
I'm saying.
Because of that. So you're welcome.
I'm saying. Well, I mean, I was extra, but let everybody know who you are, what you do, and how you're here.
Okay, so, hey, everybody. I am Miss Toya Bedeau. As she said before, I'm a dancer, choreographer, instructor here in the GTA. Dancing's my life. I've been dancing for my whole life, 35 plus years. 35 plus years. Aging myself, but that's okay.
It's okay. You're so cute and sexy. Go on.
Been 40 this year. I'm excited for that.
Wow.
Really? Are we having a party?
I'm going away.
Script said we.
Oh.
she said no.
Okay. You're going away? That's
yeah, me and my
nice.
friends. So my best friends are also turning 40 this year.
Yeah.
Come on.
We've been friends since grade 4. So we're doing like a group
Aww.
travel
Wow,
destination.
I love that.
Yeah. So,
You look good, girl.
Thank you.
Round of applause for her. Yes.
So, yeah. One exciting thing that the world's opening up and we can travel again. Fingers crossed that we're able to travel
please.
when it comes.
Let it stay that way.
Let it stay this way.
Listen, but that's very exciting. Very exciting.
Come on.
That's how, like, when you really think about it, I've never, I'm like, man, she look good. Yeah, I would have never known you turned 40 this
Never.
year.
I would have never guessed.
I might scrap this part. I'm just kidding. I mean, people are like 40, like
No,
like,
but it's just because, I mean, listen,
And
I
don't
want to
feel
look
40.
like you.
No, I don't feel
You
40,
know?
which is good. Okay.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Because she could still dance around in circles in front of you people, eh? Don't play games.
Don't play games.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted.
Because when she comes out there and show you how it needs to be done, okay, she
Right.
can do that. But, you know, you've been supportive of the CheyTea podcast. You were actually here with us in the summer when we did our dance program.
Yeah.
And it was like no hesitation. I was like, well, we can do this person or this person. I'm like, or we can just get Miss Bedeau to come in the building and show people how to 1-2 step. So I thoroughly enjoyed it just because I just love your teaching method, like your style. It doesn't feel like you're teaching the dance. You're teaching to watch yourself dance.
Oh, definitely not. That is not the case. What I like to do is make you feel comfortable doing my style. Usually my style it's a little bit different than most anyways. But I get pleasure in watching other people perform my stuff. So I don't need to be doing it myself, but I like when other people can take it and show me what it looks like, and then I can see what was created in my head. And I'm like, oh, okay, I like that.
What's your style? Like, what would you?
I think it's more like a old school.
Love that.
If I'm doing hip hop, it's definitely old school, but more like jazz funk, like stylized hip hop. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not like a cookie cutter thing.
Yeah.
But you can tell, like, if you're watching, like, oh, Toya did that.
Right.
Yeah.
It flows. It has that.
It
has
makes
that
sense.
essence.
It just feels good when you do it. Like, I know firsthand because I started taking your drop-in classes after. I know there was a point in time where I couldn't, and I was so mad, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can never. Then it was like a full year. It was like clockwork. Every Tuesday, I was in her classes, and I said I have to. And then that's like when like I fell in love with like how you taught and like your choreography, because it brought back memories of how I was trained younger growing up dancing, and I was like, this is what I like.
Yeah.
And this is the type of style and type of dance that I like to do. That's why I kept coming back, because I'm like, this is where I feel the most comfortable and like myself, and not like I'm struggling to get the person's choreography, which granted, it's always good to like have a struggle when you're taking classes, but I didn't feel like embarrassed like doing your choreo. Like I felt like it sat well with me.
I never want people to feel embarrassed. Like, it's an open space for people to explore the choreography, explore themselves, grow as they are as a dancer. So I encourage that too. So like, mistakes are gonna happen.
Yeah.
They're gonna happen rather than happen in the studio, where you can fix up and then go and perform.
That makes sense. How did you like? Let's take it to the beginning. Like, where did your dance career like start? Where do you feel like you actually started, and like this is where you knew like dancing and being in a part of the industry and being such a, I would say, such a value in my opinion. Like, how did we get to where we are today?
Well, I think so. Obviously, I started when I was really, really young. Ballet, tap, jazz, all that stuff, gymnastics, everything. But it wasn't until I started at Deborah Lynn's School of Dance, probably
Yes, just down the road.
down
Yeah,
the road.
yeah.
And then after my family moved kind of from that area, we moved further into Mississauga. And so I went to the Canadian Dance Company. And from there, I saw like opportunities springing up, and like just a whole world of opportunities. And then always loved tap, but I got my first like real taste of the industry dancing in a Bojangles movie with Gregory Hines.
Wow.
So
I didn't know that.
yeah, I was 16 at the time, I think, or maybe it was 15. My mom told me the other day, because she had to be on set with me. I wasn't old enough to be on set by myself.
yeah.
So she had to. My dad dropped me off at the set, and they're like, "Where are you going? She's not old enough." They're like, "What?" So my mom had to call in. She's like, "I'm not going to work. I have to stay with my daughter." So like, she had a great experience too. She's like in awe, but that was like my first real taste, and like, he was such a kind person, so encouraging. Like, all the rehearsals, he was like, go in, do a little tap jam or whatever. I'm like, here with big people from New York that I have, like, it was crazy. Crazy experience. And I was like, I want to do this. This is dope. I want to do this. And slowly started auditioning, got into, like, I did Junior Raptors back in the day first. And then when I went to, like, university, one of my friends there was like, oh, my girlfriend dances for Raptors. I'm like, oh, yeah? I'm going to do that next year. And he's like, okay. He didn't really know me. He didn't really know that I was like a dancer.
Yeah.
So he's like, okay. And then the next year he came back. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do Raptors. He's like, all right. And then I'm like, hey, I'm on Raptors. He's like, what?
She said, I'm going to do it, and I'm here.
She said, I'm here. I told you.
Yeah, and then from there, just different opportunities. Started dancing with Blaze, more opportunities, auditions, travel. Like, then it became endless. And I was like, yes. This is where I like to be. It's comfortable. Love it. Yep.
That's amazing. I never knew that you had the opportunity to be alongside Gregory Hines. First of all, it's still Black History Month, every month, all day month. But I was teaching that to my students, my tap class, and I was letting them know about Gregory Hines. And like, even when I was watching the videos of like myself, of just like the movie Tap, and just like how, you know, his tribute performance with Sammy Davis Jr. It was, that man is just, it didn't even look like it was like a, it didn't even look like it was a like there was effort.
Yeah,
like
just effortless.
It was just
Yeah,
effortless,
exactly.
but I don't even know how to describe it. It was just nothing. Like, it's just having a conversation, but it was with his feet.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
He's dope.
That is amazing. That's very. See, you learn something new every day.
I learned something new because I didn't even know that.
I had no idea. So being a part of that and being in the industry, right, and just getting into that, how did you shift into now like the Toronto aspect of it, like the hip hop side?
I think most of the auditions at the time were for videos, which was more geared toward commercial and like hip hop dance anyways. So kind of just moved into that direction anyways. And I mean, as we were growing up, we always watched videos. We taped the videos off Rap City or whatever, always try to learn all the dances. So it was like a natural progression while I was still training, yes, but I was still doing all these dances on the side and like use them in our routines. Like my soul still had the Roger Rabbit in it, Running Man, and like
as it should. We need those traditional moves.
Those are in jazz solos.
Yes.
Like that's just what we did at the time. That was just the moves. So I mean, like hip hop has always been there because it's ingrained in us. I love Black history. But like now it's kind of like what you're seeing on TikTok is all to hip hop songs, and it's kind of just the way that everything moved dance wise anyways.
And then they're kind of bringing, like you mentioned TikTok, they're kind of bringing back like songs from like back in the day and trying to make like new trends out of it.
Yeah.
Which I find a little weird sometimes because I'm just like, for instance, like the Harlem Shake, like, you know, the little, some of these kids that I teach, not me teach, I teach my sister, they think it's that challenge that was going on, and it's just like, no, friends, that was an actual dance move. And it's just funny to see the shift from like back then to now.
I'm still jealous that I didn't get to grow up with you guys. I'm mad.
Oh,
I'm so mad. I would just want to know, like, when it came, because now, you know, the industry today is, I would say it's completely different to what it was back then. Some might say it's changed in like a good way. Some might think the opposite. But when it came to just like auditions and just being able to go into the room and work with such big influential people that now today are there's a name behind it, but like, you know them as just, you know, the homie that was down the street that we were doing stuff with, or the one that I worked with. So it's like, what was that experience like?
It was fun. I mean, like, we'd have auditions, we'd see the same group of people, like, we're all friends.
Like a family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'd see, it wasn't so much, like, about the competition, but, like, we knew, like, at least if we keep going to all these auditions, at least we're getting a dance class out of it. Like, we're getting to dance with our friends, see more people, interact, and, like, it was always good vibes, fun, and I feel like it's kind of missing now. Everything is so virtual. Like, we didn't have the internet back then, not like everything at your fingertips.
They had dial-up, guys.
Yes. Ask your mom or dad to get off the phone so you can.
I know, so we could go on the internet.
Yeah.
No, I know those ones.
But yeah, so it was more like we saw each other more. Like, you didn't have to go on Instagram to watch whatever, but we were able to travel as groups, family, colleagues, friends, and just go to audition, and it was just all fun. Like, you'd have, like, 2-3 auditions some days, and, like, you'd see the same group of people each place, and then you just go out to eat after.
I'm about to say
2-3 auditions in a day? Wow.
I know.
we don't even get that.
I know. Like, it was a very
like,
different time, but, like, people were like, oh, I'm going to this one next. And you're like, oh, okay, cool. You want to come? Let's go.
Oh, so you can just go.
There's, I mean...
Oh.
She knew all the
okay.
No, I mean, like, you can, but some places, like, depends on what you're auditioning for, too.
Okay.
But, yeah, no, it was good times, good vibes. Miss those days, yeah. But, I mean, we've evolved.
Yeah, we evolved. We've evolved. What are your credits? Because we're talking about all the work.
Yeah.
But I don't know if people that know, like, what are those credits? You better name all those people, girl. You better name them.
Loud and proud. You want Cheyenne to start for you? Because she clearly knows.
She said, oh, girl, it's a lot.
No, it's not even like that. I just don't remember. I feel like I lived the experiences and then I let them go. I'm just kidding. So, let's see. Drake and Trey songs did...
Replacement Girl?
Yes.
You were in that?
Wait,
Yes.
hold on, time out.
Wow.
Why did I know this?
Because that's why she here. Keep going.
Continue.
I guess Cardinal, Masari, I went on tour for years, eons, and all over the world with him. Dancing, done some choreography for Maya. Black Eyed Peas, Flow Rida.
Wow, She was outside.
Holy. I don't know. Keisha Shante. I don't remember. I mean,
listen, what a time! What a time! Those videos, like, for what inspired me was just being able to work on Honey and just being around all of like the doodah dancers and just being in that same atmosphere. Like, it was nothing. Like, to them, it was like they've been doing this. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like their family, so like everybody's just cool and everybody's vibing, and like I'm just looking around like, oh my God, this place is great. I'm like, look at this. I'm like, there's more people that look like me. Yeah. I'm like, wow. Like, it was so inspiring. So I think that's what inspired me was the Toronto dance structure then. Do you still get inspired off of that today?
So what I find inspiring, I love seeing, of course, like little black girls, black boys dancing, and then watching them grow. I feel like coming from a studio, there's very little opportunity to see black kids dancing, and we'd find them seldomly. But then when you get into the commercial world, you do see that people look like you. They can do what you want to do. And so I find that inspiring. So if I could be that to someone else, person of color or not, then that is great. But that's what keeps me pushing as well. Like, I like helping other people. If I can't do it, then I'd like to see my friend or someone I know who's capable of doing the same thing get that opportunity. I don't hoard opportunities for myself. It's just not me.
Being able to aspire. That's pretty much what inspires you.
Yes, exactly.
You're a very humble person.
Oh my God.
Very humble. And
right?
like, I feel like, not to say that you can't be, but I just feel like you should brag about yourself a little more. I would if I had all those credits. I'd be telling everybody, like, I've done this, that, the third. This is where I'm at. This is where I be at. But, you know, very humble. But I like that about you. Very humble.
Thanks.
She's like, it wasn't bad.
No, it's me. I like helping other people. Honestly, I do like helping other people. I like seeing them get to where they want to get to. If I can be of help and get them there, pushing them into that direction, then I'll do that.
That does make sense. Does make sense. I know that, let's go back to your credits because, you know, we said, I know you don't want to talk about yourself, but I know you said like a name, Maya. I need the people them to know, like Maya has your number.
Yes. No, like that whole situation was a funny one too.
How did that relationship like occur? Like, how did it happen?
So, Tanisha Scott, also dancer from Toronto. This is back, let's say, 2011 now. I guess my brother had worked with her. My brother's also a dancer. Shout out Chris Robinson. So he was in LA. I guess he worked with Tanisha. She was looking for dancers for Destra Carnival in Trinidad for that whole season. And Fatima, who used to help to run Blaze, lived in New York working for Block, knew Tanisha and was like, hey, Toya should be available. It's Chris's sister. She's good. Why don't you use her? She didn't know me at the time. And she's like, okay, well, cool. So I got to do that. 2011, we were out in Trinidad for almost 2 months. Great experience. Whole carnival season. And then came back, still kept in touch with Tanisha. She messaged me saying, this is now Caravana time, that Maya's going to be doing a performance for Caravana. Can you find some girls? And do you want to be part of it? I was like, yeah, of course. So finding girls. She messaged me. She's like, I'm not going to be able to make it. Do you think you can just go to the studio and start off choreographing a piece? I'm like, you mean like today? She's like, I'm sending you the music. Can you get everyone and round them up and be there? I'm like, okay. So I'm calling people. I'm like, you need to get to the studio now. Let's go. Get there. Maya's already in the studio warming up. And I was like, I didn't know she was going to be there. Just got the music. She's like, did you get the music? I'm like, yeah. She's like, I'll play it for you. Do you have anything? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm here calling Ron. I'm like, Ron, what am I supposed to do? He's like, you got this. Don't worry. I'm like, easy for you to say. I'm like literally sweating buckets. The woman is in the studio. The Maya is in the studio waiting, just warming up. And I'm like,
waiting for you to do your two-step.
She's waiting for you to start choreo.
So she's like, I'll just sit over here while you guys start going. I'm like, okay. By the grace of God, I was able to come up with some stuff. She ended up liking it. She killed the performance. And then she just kept in contact from there. Anytime she's in Toronto, she asked if I'd want to do a show. Even in the States, we've traveled a little bit, and Black Diamond Ball was here, got to perform again. But she's honestly a lovely person. She's super talented, beautiful inside and out, and extremely loyal.
As you can see. I mean, it's always just, finding that one opportunity that can take you to where you are. You just need that one time. Just the one time, that one moment where it'll now change your life, and now you have that relationship where she's like, ring, ring, ring. Oh, you just had a baby? That's fine. So when are you going to be able to come? Oh, yeah, no problem.
Well, that's the thing. So for Black Diamond Ball, I was literally pregnant with Zanaya's at the beginning of November. So like maybe a week or two before Zanaya was born. She's like, are you going to be available in February? I'm like, yeah, I should have the baby by then.
Yeah, she should be out by then.
She's like, okay, so February that will be fine. I'm like, yeah. Ron's like, are you sure? I'm like, we'll see. Who's gonna say no? I'm like, I'll figure it out. Snap back somehow, or try to. But yeah, I was able to kind of get my body back and perform. Like, I mean, my knees were deadly. Like, it was crazy, but I loved it.
That's the fact that you did that after giving birth. You're great.
It's so weird. At the same time, I started at City Center Dance too, because it was that January, and he's like, "Are you okay to teach?" Because the whole studio opening, I'm there with my pregnant belly taking pictures. He's like, "Are you okay to teach?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be fine." In like January, I'm like, "Yeah."
Wow.
Sometimes you gotta push yourself. You gotta know your limits too. But I figured that I was gonna be fine, so I pushed myself. Mentally, I was like, "I'm gonna do this."
Mentally, I had no choice. Yeah. This episode is sponsored by City Center Dance. Okay, woo! City Center Dance is your local studio out in Mississauga, providing hip hop, providing jazz, providing Bollywood, providing soca, providing it all heels, jazz funk, everything. And somebody's making an appearance.
Hey, yes, I will be doing a pop-up workshop.
Wow.
In March. So,
yes.
Yeah.
March 20th?
March 20th.
Come
Sunday,
on, we have
March
the date now. Just find it out. So this is genuine excitement.
March 20th.
Come on.
Miss Toya Bedeau will be shaking her foot. Okay, letting people know why she's still outside.
Y'all better be in class.
Y'all better be in class because
she's here.
Okay.
Yeah. Or she doesn't come outside too often.
Please. It's been pulling teeth together to come back outside. Okay?
I know.
So
I mean, but it's time.
It's time. It's time. It's time for the people to be reintroduced to you. So let them know. So yes, her class, March 20th. Check it out. Come on through. I needed to sell out. So sell out the class. Okay? Thank you very much.
We'll have fun. We'll have a lot of fun. It's been a while.
Sell out and put some money in our pocket.
It's a good chance. Leave the gut.
I'm done. It's okay. That's fine.
We've talked about, your dance experience and such. So let's dip into your choreography bag. Like, what do you like about that? When did that start for you?
So I think I was a little bit reluctant at first to start like teaching and choreographing because I was still a student, and at the end of the day, I still wanted to take class myself and didn't want to limit myself to just being a teacher.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure the people heard that.
It was at DLM actually. So Sean had asked me like, "Do you want to teach jazz classes or jazz or hip hop?" I don't remember which one. And then Ron's like, come on. He was teaching at the time too there, and he's like, "You can do it. Like, this is something in your realm. Why don't you just do it?" And I was like, you know what? Let's try. And then I had fun doing it. Like, it was fun to like also just workshop ideas in my own head and like test out stuff that I had created on other people. And so I kind of like grew from there. I liked the experience, but I still wanted to dance, and opportunities came slowly. Started teaching at like competitive studios. And so like that was all fine and stuff, but in terms of like the commercial world, it started off with like little things here and there. So like Masari, he would be like, "Can you do something quickly for whatever?" And I slowly got into it that way, and then ended up choreographing his tour. But yeah, I just kind of moved like here and there, and then it just became everywhere.
And one opportunity
leads to itself,
and it just led it to more opportunities.
Pretty much.
Do you prefer like teaching like competitively or like industry, or is there like a big difference for you in those environments?
Girl, listen.
I mean, you don't have to answer the question.
It depends, to be honest. Like, I liked the discipline that we grew up with in the studio, and I find it's hard to find that same kind of energy in today's studio or in the dance world too. Mm-hmm. So it depends. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So yesterday I taught at Kothra, and it's an art school. Mm-hmm. So the dancers there were hungry. Mm-hmm. Like it was still virtual, but you could see them trying, and I haven't had that in a long time. So I was like, refreshed. Like, it's refreshing. Yeah. Like, it's been a while. I like when dancers want to be there to dance and not just for the social aspect and here and looking around, going to their phone. Like, if you want to come in here and dance, just dance. Mm-hmm. You have 1 hour. Like, you can put your phone down for 1 hour and then after, right? But yeah, I like choreographing. It just depends. I just want to work with people that want to perform and work hard too. Mm-hmm. So if you don't want to really be there, then that's fine. You don't have to be, but if you're going to be there with a purpose. Mm-hmm. So just dance to dance. Like, dance if that's what you want to do, and give it your all in that moment, and then, move on, do whatever. But if you're coming for a reason,
you feel what she's saying? You feeling what she's saying?
Let it be dance, and then just dance.
That's what I can relate.
Listen, that was me today. Like, in real time, I was like, listen, do you know how lucky you are to be here? Like, dance like you want to be here. Yeah. Yeah. It is very different. Like, not just like the industry, but like studio, comp rec world is completely different. Me growing up into it, now me being a dance teacher in it, I'm looking at these kids like,
you guys are lucky.
If you guys were in my era, ooh, child.
First of all, we didn't really have phones to even pick up and go on and start texting our friends and going on social media.
And it was just whatever was said is what happened.
Is what happened, exactly.
There was no back chat. There was no,
none of that.
Parents coming in and saying, well, my son or daughter needs to be here. Well,
no, you can. Your mom couldn't come from the outside and open up the studio door and start putting in
open up the studio because they step inside.
They'll step inside. Now you're stepping inside. No, we couldn't do that.
Ooh, child.
Flashbacks.
It was different, but
very different.
I feel like it was so much better.
It was
like there's no entitlement. Mm-hmm. So like, if you're in the back, you're in the back. Mm-hmm.
And this is where you.
And that's just where you were.
But even if you were in the back, you had to dance just as well as you were in the back if you were in the front.
Or else you're not in the dance.
Yeah, period. Come off the stage. Like,
regardless of where you are, they can still see you. So it doesn't even matter because you're still being seen.
You can still be seen, but our parents didn't go in and say, my daughter's in the back. Why is that?
No, you couldn't do that.
No.
We weren't allowed.
It was, well, you in the back, or you feel some type of way. Oh, well, I paid for the class. Stand up and dance.
Yeah.
Stand up and dance.
Or
come out.
Come out. Like,
it sounds harsh, but it worked.
And you know why? Because that's life. You're not going to get everything in life that you ask for.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
You have to work for a lot of the things. Not everything you're going to be handed to you on a silver platter. So I feel like now, like, everyone's entitled and everyone needs to be this. Everyone needs to have this. They need to be here. They need to have and be doing all the things. And that's just not how the world works.
Just preaching the gospel.
I put the church choir music, the piano, you know what I'm saying? Because that is literally what I said in real time today. I said that. I was just like, you don't just get what you want anymore.
No.
You have to earn it. Like, I've never had to just be handed something. I had to earn it. I had to work hard to get where I am today. And I think that is it falls into the comp rec world. It falls into the industry world nowadays. Yeah. There's so many people who just feel entitled to things, and
it's just life in general. Like, it's anything
whether you're
that you're trying to
or not,
do. This is life, and that's what dance. I feel like. Sorry to cut you off, but it taught us so much more outside of just dance. Like just discipline, hard work, and like you have to work for things. You're not just gonna get first place by doing the bare minimum.
Mm-mm. Not at all. You have to point your toes, stretch your feet. You have to do the work to get that first place.
Mm-hmm. Man, that was triggering, but
brought back some flashbacks.
Flashbacks. How do you feel about just building and having good relationships in dance, in the industry, in life? Like, how important is that?
Oh, it's very important. Like, I feel like that's part of the reason why I've been able to stay in the industry this long. I don't think I've ruffled any feathers much. Pretty true to my word, like that I can think of. I mean, like I keep good relationships. I try to stay out of drama as much as possible. Like it's not for me anyways. And just continue to deliver and like be there when I'm supposed to, doing what I'm supposed to do, what is asked of me. I don't do extra unless it's asked for. But like just being professional, really. I feel like creating those relationships, doing what is asked of you, and remaining professional will only lead to people remembering you and then using you forward, and which is what I do too. So like I give lots of people chances. Like I look for people, I pull people, I try to help people if they want to do something, right? And if they perform and deliver, then I'll ask them to do it again. I don't have a problem with that. I don't mind like helping other people if you want to be helped.
Yeah, of course.
Keep that relationship, and then I'll continue to use you. And I feel like that's how I've been. So that's why I still have opportunities to do stuff in the industry. But yeah.
I think that's something that a lot of dancers need to remember, is that there were people that how I make sure I stay the way I am is I know that there is people before me and there will be people after me, but it's just how they felt when I was in a room with them, and it's what you present yourself as, and that was taught to me from when I was 8 years old, going into my ballet exams until now to today, a big tutty one. I have to make sure that how I represent myself in a room is how I want to be represented for when you talk about me when I leave the room.
Because they're always going to remember you no matter what.
Your reputation always
you leave a
precedes,
lasting impression on everybody in the room, wherever you're at. So you have to make sure it's a good one and you're not like leaving a bad one. So because they'll always remember. Whether they don't remember your name, they'll remember a face or whatever you're wearing.
How you made
like,
them feel.
You don't remember that girl with the braids? That's that same girl. She might be in a wig now, but you don't remember her from that last audition or whatever the case may be. So you always want to make sure you're leaving a good vibe around the people that you meet and that you're around.
Definitely.
Do you get, I don't want to say offended, but when you hear the term OG, does that make you like, are you okay with being considered as an OG in the industry?
If I'm considered an OG?
You are considered an OG.
Yes.
No, I don't really take
Watch the
offense
basement
to
voice,
that.
sorry.
She got aggressive.
No, I don't take offense to that at all. Like, I feel lucky to be called that, but no, I would never take offense to that.
I don't know.
It's a natural
Sometimes, yeah,
progression.
of course. I was just gonna say that it was a natural progression. I think that whatever you contributed and the fact that you're still here from where you started, that is how I consider you as like an OG, because you've been here, you've been doing it. There's so many people that I look at that way, like yourself, previous people who've come on the show, Tabby, Taz, people that I want to come on the show, Hollywood Jade, please answer your text messages, please, in DMs, thanks. You know, like I look at those people and just, you know, even Ron. Ron is somebody that, and we're going to talk about Ron, but
If you guys know, that's her husband because you keep saying Ron. So
yeah,
folks
you
who
know,
don't know.
I had a husband, but Ron was the first dancer, like male dancer that I saw at Honey, where I was like, I want to dance like him.
I said that too. I was like,
I didn't
I
know
was just like,
who
yeah.
he was. I don't. He had little glasses on.
of course he did.
Why do you remember this?
I was
Because
yes.
she was like 12.
I will never forget it. We were at OIP. I seen him with the glasses. He had the towel on. He was wiping his face. He put the towel back, and he had the gloves. And I
Not
just
the gloves.
watched him dance, and I was like, like, I mean, you know, he was fine. But I mean,
Yes.
manners and respect. But you know, I was just like, yo.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who is that, and how can I move like that?
Yeah. I feel like he had like an aura about him. Like
Yeah.
he had a presence and very captivating. But like I looked at him too and I was like, I want to dance like that.
Right.
His
So
energy was just
it's just
unmatched.
different. So that's, and then like that's how I look at you, as like that essence, that natural, that different movement like you described. It's just not the same. So when like someone is different from the bunch, you notice them even more. And that's how like I noticed him, and I was like, wow, I don't know what I'm doing today, but I need to get better because I want to dance like that. And that's like my first introduction to hip hop was, wow, that's really, Big up to you, Ron.
Yo, shout out to him.
That was like my real introduction. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
That's
to
crazy.
like, you know, like I had my dance teacher, like Shauna, like she gave me the opportunity, right? But like I've always been around her, so like I knew how she danced.
Yeah, yeah.
But like to see somebody else dance, like, and like I want to dance like that too. I was like, damn, like, so I was a little starstruck, even though he had no idea who I was. But God bless him. But since we're talking about Ron, can we get into, you know, ring on your finger? We're married.
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Big up to the husband.
Yeah, big up. So yeah, we've been married for 5 years. We met in the industry like a long time ago on a video shoot, actually. My friend was like, yeah, you're going to see this guy there. His name is Selby. Make sure you introduce yourself. Like, you know, you'll probably see him around. So I walk and I see this guy. He's going to hate me for this. I won't say it, but he was there. A bunch of girls were around him. I'm like, that's got to be the guy that my friend is telling me about. And it happens to be the same guy. But from there, we'd see each other at like auditions, honey. Randomly do like work together, like Blaze and do that. So we'd always run into each other, and then kind of developed a relationship from there. Got really close when we did the what movie was it? What's the Save the Last Dance 2.
Oh.
Like, what's the...
This girl's, what's the... Oh, you're doing the shoulder?
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to figure it out. I was trying to help out, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
Got you.
Save the Last Dance 2. So from there, then we kind of got really tight, and then, I mean, the rest is history.
No, we're married. We have a beautiful daughter.
We have a
a
beautiful
business
daughter.
together in
We
the
have
groove.
in the
She's
group.
a baby genius. Sorry.
Yeah, they have in the group together a little business, not little, big business.
Yeah, so we do like productions, just workshops, classes, everything. He does a lot of the music side. But yeah, we kind of work together that way, creating and dancing, still getting to vibe out together, which is nice. And yeah, I mean, we both have our ideas, so sometimes it's like
Yeah. Do you
battle.
clash?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
She's like, I'm there every day.
Sometimes like I just want a simple mix. He's like, no, do this, and I'm like, I just want it to be this. And it comes back with a mix like this. I'm like, you know what? Okay, fine. He's like, see, you just gotta trust me. I'm like, okay.
Because he does
Yeah.
the mixes for
For
Argos and
Argos,
stuff,
yeah.
so it's just it works, and I just know that it's Ron. Because every time I hear it, I'm like, I know he did this.
So now I'm just like, I like this song, and he's like, okay, I got you. And then he'll come back
And
and
he makes
he's
it
like,
sound like 10 times better
yeah,
than
I'm
what
like,
the original
perfect,
song was.
thank you. Now I can create. So like, I feel like sometimes I just need his help to put something together, and I'm like, inspired to then do something with the song. But it's a good little pairing, and we enjoy it.
That's dope. I really am inspired by the both of you. Now, is it hard to balance, you know, like work life, business life, and just keeping the love together, or is it easy?
I wouldn't say like it's hard, but you put in you get out of it what you put in. So like we work hard at what we do. We work hard together, and I think we see the fruits of that. Like obviously we're gonna clash, which is natural, and it's hard to take criticisms from your partner, or you know what I mean, like that aspect gets hard, but I feel like we work well together, and like I forget what I was going with this. Sorry.
Pretty much, you guys are a great team.
Well, they do. I think they do, because I've had the opportunity to work with them both on a showcase that we did. It was, oh my God, why is the name blanking?
It was a production. That was our first production.
Yes.
Nightmare.
Yes. Nightmare or Nightmares?
Nightmare.
There you go. Nightmare. That, when working with the both of you, every day, I was just happy to be here. I was just happy to be there for the vibes and seeing you both work together and seeing how different you guys are, and bringing
Very different.
and just bringing both of your ideas together, and both of your styles of like choreography together, and the way you guys teach it as well was just great for me to experience. And I wish everybody can and has experienced in the past. If you haven't, I'm so sorry about it. Hope you do one day. But it was just like, you guys are just great to be around, and like even just talking to Ron, and like he sent me a message like after that production, and like I still have it in my phone, because I'm the type of person to be very down on myself sometimes. So like just talking to him and just knowing that like he believed in like how I was dancing, and that like I'm better than I think I am, was just great. So I just really appreciate like working with the both of you, and like Would love to do it again sometime if you guys are willing.
No, I have to say too, Aaliyah, you've grown a lot since like met her. No, for real. No, seriously. Like even when you came to Argo's audition, I was like,
I didn't even
she
tell
didn't
you guys I was
me.
coming.
And I was like,
I just
okay.
showed up. I saw Ron on the staircase and he looked at me and I was like, yeah, I'm here.
And like it wasn't on the strength of me. Like I biased yes, so I'd still say yes. They're like, no, for sure her. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like I'm pulling. Your work and your hard work is doing that for you. The other thing, we just did but last year summer, the Fido Blanco video.
Oh yeah.
And like I was showing like footage to Ron. He's like, that's Leah? I was like, yes. Like you've grown a lot, and like even on the set, like they wanted to pull you aside, take pictures. You know what I mean? Like you feel good about yourself because you know you worked hard and you get to certain places.
Yeah. But that because of your help, to be honest. And like I mentioned, I was taking
ownership of yourself.
I'm taking
too.
ownership of myself as well. I'm gonna take ownership as well. But you were also that inspiration for me. I'm not like, to be honest with you, like me coming to your classes and just knowing that like I made this a priority, and like just your energy and like how you even felt about me and even the words you just said, like it really did motivate me to just do better and just to keep going, because I just wasn't dancing at one point and I'm like, nah, like I have to. So like the start of taking your classes, what was it, like 2018, 2019?
God, 2018. Yeah.
Literally, yeah, it seems like so long ago with everything going on. Like the start of that was like the reason why I kept dancing, because I'm like, nah, I can see my growth and I can see my consistency. So yeah, I do thank you for that, but will take that I did it myself as well, but you were there.
But that's what makes you. That's why like you need people and individuals like you, because it's what you give. Like it's what I can take from taking your class. What can I take for myself so I can take it with me when I leave this classroom and go to here and go to here and go to here. That's what you need. That's what teachers more so need. And that's why, like I say, I like the fact that you teach and you don't just do it so you can see how well you can do it. It's what I take from you. And I mean, I didn't really get the opportunity to work so closely with you, but when I went to your classes and I was like, you know what, I told her, I was like, Leah, there's one person you need to stick with. I told you, stick with her because.
But then when you came, did you see how you pulled up too?
Yeah, but
you gave a whole other beat. I was like, okay, these sisters have something here.
Because the same vibes that I get from you, like I know she's my sister, but like she talks to me the same way, and like she's like, you have to do A, B, and C, and like you're good, so just do it. And I'm like, okay. So I take into what she said, but she'll be there on March 20th, guys. Toya's teaching class, so like I mentioned,
you come through.
You catch
you
the
feel
vibes.
Appreciated?
Depends in what sense. I'm just joking.
No, but like in this industry alone, like overall, like do you feel appreciated?
Never thought of that. It's not something that I look for or think about, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that.
I stumped you, didn't I?
Yeah. Like, it's not something that I've...
Yeah, it doesn't cross your mind,
about,
but I don't... I feel like the reason why I ask individuals like yourself that question, I remember like I asked Taz that question when she did the episode with us as well. I just wanted to know like how you felt like today, presently, because I know what you've done to get here, and like not everybody will know that, So like they won't know you as the extra and vibrant, and not knowing your background. They just want to know like, oh well, how many followers does this person have, or how many is that? So I feel like that clouds the new generation of dancers today. Yeah. So when you go in a room like that, you don't always feel the same as if you were in a room where people like. Not just know you for you, but know you for the work that you've done, So it's like you don't want to always have to reintroduce yourself.
For sure. But I feel like definitely don't want to reintroduce myself. I'm not going to be the one that's saying my credits or anything. But I feel like after I get into a room where people don't really know me because they don't see me on Instagram doing whatever, they appreciate the class after because they've learned something or they felt a certain way or they've done a different style and they feel good about it.
Right.
So I feel like that takeaway for me is dope. Like I feel appreciated in that sense.
As you should. So what's next? What's next for Miss Toya? What are we doing? What do you got?
Well, when the world opens up again, I would like to travel and teach. We want to do another production, hopefully. What else? Just teaching, travel, production. Just on larger scales, really.
That's good. We didn't really get into Argos, but I mean, the episode is coming to an end. But I know that you are the choreographer for Argos. How is that? Is that like, that's another, title that you can put onto your resume, and it is a whole other world. But do you find any challenges with that, or is it just kind of just adapting and just pushing and going through it?
The first challenge, I mean, when I originally started doing it, was the palms, right? So everything is different with palms in your hand.
Most definitely.
But like it reads so much more because you're on a field in a stadium.
Right.
You know what I mean? So the palms make everything bigger and you see everything, like any kind of mistake, you're seeing that. But I feel like the challenge was first working with palms, then next was to incorporate guys and girls on the field at the same time. But I feel like that push was good. Like I liked the push, and I like seeing you guys on the field performing, having fun, the good vibes, the energy's always there. It's just good times. And I like that it's a whole separate world kind of from the other kind of dance that I've been doing. You know what I mean? Like it's different. It challenges me in that kind of sense.
It's great vibes over there at Argos. I'm biased because,
Oh, yeah, you are Argos dancer.
So, biased on the team. So, I mean, it's everything that she's saying, 10 out of 10 experience.
Absolutely. Last question. What would you tell your younger self today?
Oh, geez. Be confident. I feel like I watch my daughter now, and she's such, she's so social, and I feel like it's different now because you have all these things, phones, iPads, where you're learning stuff, and there's different ways to teach kids now. But I feel like if I had her type of social awareness, I would be so much further. I feel like I was just always so skeptical of myself, my talent, and just everything. I just felt like I wasn't good enough. So there was a time where I stopped dancing,
right,
and then fell back in love with it again. But yeah, I would say just to be confident, believe in yourself. You got this, girl. But yeah, no, it's a different world now. I feel like,
yeah, it is.
Like I can see my daughter, and I know she's gonna go places. Like it's just it's different times now. So like hindsight's always 20/20. But yeah.
That's good. Well, we appreciate you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
You've always been here from day one, and March 20th is her class.
You guys
We're
going to be there
again. Make sure you want to reach, sell out the class.
City Center Dance. Please be there or be square.
Listen, find transportation, bus, taxi,
Uber,
carpool, whatever it is.
Find a friend, beg them a ride.
Find a friend, and come take the class, because you are going to learn some gems. And like she says, she pulls and she'll see, if you work with her and you work with a wig, you never know. You might walk out the classroom and she might be like, I remember you from this. I got an opportunity. You never know.
No, it's true. I do that often. And also Argos auditions are probably the week after. So.
So we got a little
now
tea.
We're just learning things.
We got tea. Because we're going to tea.
Listen, guys, you're welcome for her. I'm thankful for her.
This girl said you're welcome
just
for
like
her.
the episode already because Toya.
Because she's here.
She's here. So
right?
Thank you.
Oh gosh. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you to our audience for watching. Thank you to our listeners for listening. You already know what the deal is. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button so you are notified every single time we post. Okay?
Leave that 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
I'm saying follow us on Spotify. Follow us on socials. Oh my gosh, social. Miss, tell the people where they can find you.
Oh, Miss Toya Bedeau. MSTOYABEDEAU on pretty much everything.
All of that.
And we're all outside, so we appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back, okay? Next episode.